Hey guys, so this is an After Effects tutorial showing you how to do like another kind of drawing based glow effect, but this time using the stroke function to draw a line. So if you can use the Bridge Dancer video for this. So I'm gonna make myself a new project. As mentioned with the previous one, I ran into some kind of difficulties when, if I made a new composition, dropped my video and then resized it, I found that some of the lines and the graphics which I put in didn't kind of line up eventually. So if you do your new composition from footage, and so we're going to use this Bridge Dancer guy. Okay, so here he is. So what I'm going to show you, I mean, this is an idea you can kind of take and run with, I guess, but how to sort of have like a line. I mean, you could do this with circles as well, because you've got your sort of circle functions up here, but some of the techniques are similar to what I showed you earlier. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw on a layer. So just double click on it. So make sure you're in the layer up here. Then get your mask, and what I want is a line to kind of draw from there down to there. Now ideally, I mean, his head kind of pokes above it. I suppose if you wanted to take the time, you could draw two separate lines and get one to come down here, and then one just kind of miss his head and go down there. But I'm just going to, for the just from a time perspective, I'm just going to do one long line and then just kind of line it up a bit with the bridge. So these kind of things tend to work better when you haven't got a sort of moving camera, but we're going to try and make this quite quick so that it does work okay. Right, so we have our line. Now what you need to do in your effects, over here, type in stroke, and then we are going to drop that onto a solid. So I need to make my solid first, so new solid. This can be black is fine for this, then click on OK. Then again, similar to the previous task, find your mask. So I'm going to do Command C or Control C if you're on a PC, and then I'm going to copy the mask into my solid. So now I'm going to do Command V. And then when I go in there, my mask is in there, and I can delete this one. So if I go back to my composition, so you can see the screen's gone black because the black solid is above it. But then, as with previous, make sure you can see your mode here. So if it's under switches, make sure you sort of change that, and then you need to change this to screen, and then you can see our dancer and the line as well up there. Okay, so what's different about this? We used this back in the first year where I did some text animation with you. So we're going to use the stroke function, and this is going to go onto your solid. Now once you've actually got that in there, we can sort of define how thick the line is. So I can change things like my brush size, so you can see that's getting a bit thicker now, and also the color. So if you want a specific color for your line up there, okay. And obviously what we need to kind of make this line align with the sort of edge of the bridge, and this is where the sort of start and the end functions come in for your stroke. So you need to kind of work out we're going to make our end, we're going to make the line end here. So we don't want to move too far forward, so I'm going to go probably there, and then I'm going to make a keyframe for my end there. And then if I move this back a little bit, I'm going to, so you can see the line starts to disappear. So I'm going to do that, and obviously what will happen is that the line will draw. There's a couple more things I want to do with this. I want to put a glow on this as well. So if you go into your effects and type in glow and put that on your solid, I mean, you can obviously change this to how you want it, but I tend to take the threshold down, bring the radius up, make it a little bit brighter. Now obviously it looks a bit kind of weird when the camera angle moves and obviously the bridge becomes out of line with the line, so I'm just going to try and fade this out. So I'm going to go into my transform, and I'm going to look at my opacity. So I'm going to make a keyframe here, and then I'm going to, and we can move these around, so I'm going to sort of fade it out here, and let's see how that looks. So it's quite quick, but so yeah, if you wanted to spend a little bit of time with it, it might be cool to actually do a couple of lines. What I would do is maybe have one coming down to here, and then another one, so it looks like it actually goes underneath him, if that makes sense. So the other stuff you can do, you've got your Easy Ease function. So if you right click and go to Keyframe Assistant, Easy Ease, then you'll get a smoother transition. So similarly with your sort of stroke functions as well. So if I highlight those and go to Easy Ease, that should make things a little bit smoother. Let's click off that. But yeah, I mean, if you spend a bit of time with that and did a few different converging lines, I think that would look pretty cool, I think. So yeah, that works well for any kind of object that's got sort of straight lines to it. Maybe you could do paving slabs, that kind of thing. Okay, so have a go with that and see how you get on.